Hey, if you ever dreamt of looking like a nature-loving baddie like me in this clip, you've come to the right video. Today I'm going to show you how to make this cute bag so that you too can be a certified baddie with a baggie. This bag measures to be 18.5 by 15 centimeters, which is great for fitting essentials. This tutorial is totally beginner friendly, but if some things are too fast, you can always replay on slower speed or check out some other tutorials on specific crocheting or sewing techniques. So to make this Baddie Baggie, we're going to need some medium weight or size 4 yarn. I used cotton yarn, 5mm crochet hook, a zipper, mine is 16 centimeters long, some scissors, a ruler, some thread, a tapestry needle, a sewing needle, and some safety pins. So just a disclaimer, I am left-handed. Shout out to my left-handed homies. But if you're right-handed, you can just watch this tutorial mirrored. So we're going to start with the base of the bag, and what I did is I made a slip knot, and I pulled the ends of the yarn so that it would sit firmly on the crochet hook. And then I did some chain stitches, and basically what that is taking your yarn, yarning over, which means just pulling it over your crochet hook, and then pulling that through your slip knot. And basically you just repeat this 20 times. And it's okay to lose track of counting because
I most definitely was not counting, so let's see how many that is. 19, 20. Wow, okay.
So in total we'll have 21 chain stitches. To start our first official row, we have to skip the first chain stitch we did and just stick our crochet hook into the next one. And at that point, we're going to yarn over and then pull our yarn through. And then we're going to yarn over again and then pull through the 2 remaining loops. So this is called a single crochet stitch, and I just did that until I reached the end of our chain stitches. So we reached the end of our chain stitches and we need to turn our work around. So to do this, we'll add an extra single crochet stitch in the same chain stitch so that it kind of makes up for the depth of the bag. You know how there's length and width and also the depth? Yeah, so we're doing that. After adding our extra single crochet stitch for our depth, we need to turn our work around to finish a row. So the first single crochet stitch of the second half of the row will be put into the same hole that we just put our stitch in for the depth. Make sure to pull the tail to the side or ignore the tail when doing this stitch. Then continue single crocheting in the holes that we put the stitches from the previous half of the row in. Sometimes you want to make sure you adjust retention when you see your yarn is wrapped too tightly or loosely around your crochet hook. In my case, mine was a little bit loose, so I had to twist and tug a little bit so it would fit firmly on the hook. So this is the last single crochet stitch of the 20 chain stitches that we had, but then since we reached the end again, we're gonna have to add an extra stitch like we did with the opposite end so that we can, compensate for the depth. And that's the end of our row. So you're at the end of the row when the tail kind of sticks out of the right side, or if you're right-handed, it might be on the other side. Just keep in mind the side that your tail is on when you end the row. To start our second row of single crochet stitches, we'll insert our crochet hook into the first stitch of our previous row, which kind of looks like a teardrop shape. So now 2 loops are added onto our hook. Then we'll yarn over and pull it through the 2 loops of the stitch we just added earlier. Then yarn over again and pull your front loop through the remaining 2 loops on your hook. Repeat this process until you're done with the row. Each row is 42 single crochet stitches. And just keep adding rows until you reach your desired length. I did 27 rows, which made it 18.5 centimeters long. Then I left a 20 centimeter tail that I used to even out the gap from where the row began and where the row ended. To do this, I sewed the tail end into the beginning of the row, just making sure to follow the V shape / loop of the next stitch. And then I left the rest to attach the bag strap. It's at this point you want to make sure that your bag's not inside out. If you see horizontal bars in your crochet work, then it's probably inside out. So you can flip your work right side out, or you can just keep it like that if you like it. To make our bag strap, we're going to need around 1,000 centimeters of yarn. Yes, 1,000 centimeters of yarn. I genuinely thought that my math skills had failed me when I calculated this. But alas, not today. Not today. This is the length I actually used. And I also grabbed a second piece of 1000 centimeter yarn to make the strap thicker. This is what it looked like when I only used one length, which was too thin in my opinion. So working with 2 strings at a time, I made a slip knot around 380 centimeters from one end. On my left is the longer end and on my right is the shorter end. So taking our shorter end, we're going to yarn over from the opposite side that we normally do. Then we'll take our longer end, then yarn over as usual. We'll then pull this loop through the other 2 loops on our hook. And then we finished our first stitch that makes up what is called the I-cord. And then we'll just repeat this process until it's long enough. For my strap, I did around 135 stitches, and it became 104 centimeters long. Also, the strap is pretty stretchy, so you gotta make sure you adjust your stitches according to your preferences. When figuring out where to sew your bag strap, you should lay your bag flat and place one end of the strap inside the bag. I pinned this end to one stitch in the bag, and on the 21st bag stitch from this end, I pinned the other end. It's at this point you should make sure that your bag strap isn't twisted. I place my straps with the teardrop shaped loops facing outwards, like this. I would also suggest placing your bag strap deeper in the bag rather than near the top of the bag, so that has a more sturdy point of attachment and doesn't cause your bag to stretch weirdly after use. For my bag, I pinned my strap 5 I-cord stitches down from the top of the bag. To start sewing, we're going to take our leftover yarn from our work and thread it through our tapestry needle. And an easy way to thread your yarn through the tapestry needle is to wrap a piece of tape around the yarn and then just cut off the excess while leaving a pointed tip so that it's easier to insert your yarn in your needle. To make sewing a little bit easier, I turned my bag inside out and I sewed one end of my bag strap already. So to start sewing, we're going to thread our needle through a couple strands on the inside of our crochet work, just making sure not to thread our needle through the other side of the bag. This way, all evidence of our sewing is hidden and we don't have to worry about making our sewing extra neat on the outside. Also, don't forget to remove the piece of tape that we used earlier. Once we've done that, we'll just put our needle through the strap, pull firmly, and then thread our needle through a couple strands on the inside of the crochet work again, but this time on the other side of the strap. And then we sew back through our bag strap again. Basically, this sewing technique is kind of like a modified version of the ladder stitch. We'll just repeat this process until we reach the end of where we need to sew. I made sure to sew a couple more times where I thought the strap needed to be reinforced, which is where the strap meets the top of the bag. When we're satisfied with our strap attachment, we can hide our excess thread by weaving it through the inside layer of our crochet work, going back and forth to make sure the loose end doesn't move. Finally, just cut the excess and you're done. Your other excess threads can also be hidden in the same way. The final segment of making this bag is the attachment of the zipper. But if you'd like to skip the difficulty of sewing the zipper, you could definitely leave your bag as is. Or you could add a button or Velcro, or you could choose to close it off with a ribbon if you prefer. But to sew the zipper on, I just used some thread and a regular sewing needle. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know how much thread I used. I just kept pulling out the thread until my sewing ancestors came down from the heavens, tapped my shoulders, and whispered in my ear, "That's enough, child." Which basically means I YOLO'd it. So to start off, just thread your thread through your sewing needle until your two ends meet, and then tie a knot or two to secure your thread. Personally, I tied my knot 5 times because it kept slipping through my zipper. But spoiler alert, even though I had placed my trust in my sewing ancestors, I actually ran out of thread halfway through sewing, so I had to do it again. But anyway, the next thing I did after that was figure out where I wanted to put my zipper. So we want our zipper to be low enough so that it stays semi-hidden, but also high enough so that the edges of our crochet work don't make it hard to use the zipper. I just lined up the zipper so the teeth would kind of be at the same depth as the top stitch loops, and then I just started sewing. At this point, I found it was kind of difficult to use safety pins, so I just held off on that for now. I started sewing from the inside so that our knot from the thread would be hidden. So I pulled my needle through the zipper and out of the crochet work, and then while bringing it to the other side of the zipper, I made sure to thread my needle underneath a layer of our crochet work, just so that I could hide our thread. Then I brought it back in, and I repeated this process a couple times to make sure our zipper was secure. And by a couple times, I mean at least like 20 times. I didn't say it would look pretty, but at least we know it's super secure now. After securing one end, I checked back on my work to see how the zipper looked, and I saw that a little bit of the thread was visible. So instead of just sewing our zipper to the bag, I tried sewing it to the strap, which is closer to the zipper. After this step, I checked out where I wanted my zipper to lie, and I pinned it in place with safety pins. Make sure you've pinned your zipper evenly so that it can close properly, just like this. For sewing the long end of our zipper to the crochet work, I would insert my needle less than ½ centimeter from the teeth of the zipper. And then when I would sew through the crochet work, I would put my needle through the strands beneath the top loops, over here, rather than around the stitches of the bag. Sewing directly through yarn strands will help the zipper be attached more securely. When deciding where to insert your needle, you want to make sure your stitches aren't too large or far apart, because that makes it less sturdy and could show up in your crochet work. But in this case, the thread is really skinny and the color is similar to the bag, so it won't be too noticeable. Once I was almost finished sewing one length of the zipper, I sewed the other longer length as well, saving the shorter end of the zipper for last. The remaining end has 2 parts when unzipped, so I focused on sewing one end at a time. But first I used 2 safety pins to hold each zipper end to the bag strap. At this point you should be making sure that the ends of your zipper line up. For sewing the first half of the zipper end to the bag strap, I just inserted my needle through the zipper close to its inner edge, and I pulled my needle out close to the center of the bag strap. I sewed back and forth while going down the length of the zipper, and then I repeated this process on the other half of the zipper end. Once you're done sewing, you can tie a knot near where you finished and hide the end of your thread by weaving it into the bag. Flip your bag right side out, and ba-bam, we're done, guys! A new DIY baggie for you DIY baddies. That was bad. Now go out there and show off your new bag. Thanks for watching. Bye!